Hey everybody, just watching my angelfish here. They're going at it. Of course, I knew as soon as I got my camera out and started saying something, they back off. Here we go, let's see if they fight again. This is pretty common. I was getting some really fierce aggression a few minutes ago. This is just sort of posturing and, chest pounding, so to speak. But a couple minutes ago, they were mouth to mouth, and the German blue, the one on the right, the one that's pretty obviously blue, sort of went in and hit the throat of my albino over there. And then the albino did that sort of dart and dash, how an angelfish he might do it again. He'll do like a hard U-turn right up against the other fish, up against its opponent. Usually when the aggression gets this bad, it's because they're getting ready to spawn. I don't know if you can tell, but way back in the corner there, underneath that power head, if you can see my shark, behind the shark there is another angelfish, my little mixed veil back there. That's the female, and she's sort of cowering in the corner, and the male is kind of protecting her. And then this, of course, is the rival male that lives in the same tank with everybody. And I did see yesterday the female was up here on this anubias plant, and she was pecking at it and cleaning it. That's usually a good indication that they're getting ready to spawn as well. She was cleaning a spawning site. So I see this pretty frequently, and it never really amounts to much. I never see any damage or harm come to anybody. It is a little bit of aggression, but it's mostly posturing. So that's the female. You would think the albino would be the dominant male, and he kind of is. I wonder about this a lot. I see this behavior all the time. This is not anything unusual for me. I was going to say, now a lot of times you'll see the female jump in the middle, and she'll actually get between the two males, and she'll be the one that actually sort of breaks up the aggression. It's almost kind of funny. I never really see any harm come to anybody. The closest I would call to harm would be that the female, with her really, really long fins like that, being a mixed veil, and she clearly has veil tail genetics in her, or super veil possibly. When she darts and dashes really violently, just the force of the water tears their fins up a little bit. It heals back up. Again, I've never had any issues. I've never had any problems with infection or the fish being overly stressed. This is just what you get when you've got cichlids in a tank, and in this case I've got a mated pair. The albino and the female there with the long fins are the mated pair, and we've got aggression between rival males. So fairly typical. Cichlids in general are like this. Angelfish do tend to be down the lower end of the aggression scale when it comes to cichlids, but they are cichlids. I know a lot of people forget that, but they are, and that's what you get. You do get this type of aggression. So now that he's swimming away, the albino acts all tough after he swims away. So I'll probably be watching this all night. Again, this is just probably pre-spawn behavior. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's that, a little more aggressive, violent behavior. So if you're thinking about getting angelfish, and you're thinking about putting 2 or 3 of them in a 30-gallon tank or a 40-gallon tank, this is a 55-gallon tank, and it's not big enough for the 3 of them. If it was a couple of males and no female, it would probably be different. Or if it was simply the mated pair, that would obviously be very different. But just having that third fish in there, that rival male. Now, I suppose if the rival or the third one was a female, there might be less aggression, but that's not necessarily true either. a lot of times the female will be aggressive towards a rival female. You know, she doesn't want any competition herself. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting angelfish, or you think that angelfish are, you know, these beautiful, delicate little fish that just sort of float majestically in the center of the tank looking beautiful all day. You can't just slap a bunch of them in a tank together without expecting or experiencing some aggression between them. So there you go. Now, make sure you're subscribed. I will do another update if they spawn. I do them fairly frequently. Nothing ever really becomes of it, so don't get your hopes up. I'm not really interested in breeding them or anything. But this is my angelfish tank, and I will be doing an update if anything becomes of it. So, again, if you're subscribed, you won't miss it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon in the next one.